Awesome. Okay, so some people have asked me how I track my dividends and some of my investments and stuff. And so generally I use an app called Snowball Analytics. But recently I've come across this social platform called Blossom Social Investing, and it's Canadian built. It's free, but there is a paid pro version. I just want to show you some of the things that you can do with it, and it might be its paid version is only $49, whereas Snowball Analytics is $149. So this is much cheaper, and I think it kind of does the same almost. I mean, it's not quite as in depth with the analytics, but this is a pretty cool tool, and I'm going to start using it this year more and more until I figure out if this can replace my Snowball Analytics. But just go to your Google Play Store and you can open or download this app called Blossom Social Investing. And in there you can kind of see what other people are investing in. You can discover new ideas because people are posting and showing what they've bought. You can track your portfolio from multiple different brokerages. You can learn investing through some courses that are online there. You can see your dividend tracking insights, and you can earn more money by learning about stocks and ETFs. Apparently, I've never tried this stuff yet. So, but let's go into the app, and I'll just show you what it can do. And then you kind of know how to use it, because when I first opened it, I was not understanding what was going on. I had no clue. So kind of loads to this social page, so you can see all the posts that different people make from this page alone. And then if you're following certain content creators or investors, you can click on the following button, and then you can see different people that maybe you're following, just their posts only. And then there's just news. So you can click on that, and then it'll load current news. It's thinking right now, so I'm not going to worry about that. You can also go to the markets page, and here's where you can kind of just get an overview of what's happening in the markets today. Dow Jones and all these other companies, or these other markets, were up or down. You can see fear and greed index. That's kind of a thing that people like to look at. Sometimes right now people are a little fearful of what's happening. Nobody knows what's going on. There's just more and more information down here. The learning tab is where you can actually watch videos and learn a little bit more about investing from different social content creators. And then underneath the portfolio option is where you can load your portfolios. So right now, let's see, I only have a portion of my portfolio is loaded here. I think it's just my Wealthsimple account. So when you go to your portfolio page, if you click on the little bank icon top right there, then you can click on add investment brokerage, and then you can just link up whichever brokerage that you currently use, and it uses a third-party app to link to your account, and it's supposed to be completely secure. And so Wealthsimple and Questrade and them don't actually link up. Nobody knows. A third-party person keeps everything separate between Wealthsimple and Blossom. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So, anyways, so once you link your brokerage, then you should be able to see your portfolio, and it'll split up your portfolio with an overview right here. So you can kind of see in my Wealthsimple accounts, my wife's TSFA, I've got 43% in bank, 26% in this fund. Actually, if you scroll down, you can see the actual names: HYLD, EQCL, and SDAY. You can see the total value. This is kind of a cool little feature here in the middle too, where you can see today is up or down. So today was a red day in the market, so my total portfolio is down 1,500. But if you wanted to, you can just see all time, and then you can feel a little better, be like, oh, well, over the last year that it's been in, I've gone up $23,000 kind of thing, right? So you get your portfolio breakdown there. If you want to click on bank, then it actually takes you right to the actual ETF or stock, and then you can kind of see, well, today was reddish, The last 5 days was reddish. The last 3 months has been good. Last year has been excellent. And you can kind of see more of a breakdown of all your holdings. 43% of the portfolio. Yield on cost, 17% on this particular fund. And you can kind of see your dividends plus the price gains of the fund itself, and then the total returns. So the cool thing now as well from here is you can actually see all the different people who are holding the same fund. And if you're interested, you can click on that, and then you can kind of click on each person individually and just look at some of their holdings as well and see how they match up to yours, right? And so you can kind of maybe even find somebody who you're interested in learning a little more from, and then go from there. So you can get back out of that for now. Go back to my actual holdings. So that's my holdings. If you want to share it with somebody, you can click on the little eyeball, and then it hides just so you only see percentages. The cool page as well is called Insights, the next one over. So when you go to the Insights page, then you can set a portfolio goal, for instance, right? So you could say, I want to have 200,000 in my portfolio in the minimum of 2 years. And then if you scroll down, like when you click on edit, you can choose those settings. And then when you scroll down, it says here, you'll reach your goal of 200,000 in approximately 21 months if you do this. And then you need $1,000 a month deposits. You're hoping to get at least 13% yield and in your portfolio, and then this much growth over time, blah, blah, blah. So there are badges so that when you start getting a certain milestone, then you'll be able to get like for instance, me, I've got $1,000 a month awarded as of November 23rd. That's basically when I installed the app. So you can see your returns breakdowns, total returns from 1 month, year to date, 1 year, etc. kind of thing. So you got a lot of statistics and information. Over the last month, I've got 1% growth. Over the last year, I've got almost 12% growth. And then you can compare that if you want to an index fund. So let's just say I want to compare it to the S&P 500. S&P 500's in blue, and mine's ahead of the S&P 500. So I'm happy with that. 1 year, it's about the same or a little bit higher, not sure. So if you want to see your sectors, you can click on that, and you can kind of see my breakdown is 56% financials, 16% technology in this particular TSFA, and then on and on. And then you can see the average Blossom user is at 12% on the right-hand side here. So yeah, there's lots of information to learn. And if you go over to the dividends tab, this one here shows you how much you're making. Let's see, dividend overview. What does that mean? That means $11,415 all time. That's the amount of dividends I've made so far in this account. My goal is to get, I just put down randomly $180,000 annually. So if I can get $180,000 annually in this account, then I would need, it says here, I will reach my goal of $180,000 annually in dividends in approximately 5 years. And then again, it says, if you click on edit, you can like adjust it. So if you're putting in $2,000 a month, then you can modify that, I believe, by just changing it to a different number. So you play with those. The dividend calendar is really cool. This is probably one of my most favorite features. It's available in Snowball Analytics as well, but you can actually click on the dividend calendar here, view more, and then you can see your payments. So on the 3rd, which is 2 more days from now, I'll get paid $330. And then on the Friday, I'll get paid $59. And then Monday, $302. So it kind of breaks down your whole month ahead of you, so you know when you're going to be getting new payments. And then if you look here, you can see by selecting on a month, you can see how much money you made each month. So every month it's slowly going up, right? So November, and you can view more. It doesn't really change much here, so get back out of that. And then your income. So all time, I've made 11,000. But if you want to go just 2025, you can see how much you made. Well, I've only had it for a year, this database. So you can see your breakdown of which ones paid you each amount. And then your dividend forecast. This one's pretty cool because you can click on annually or you can click on monthly. So every month, as of now, I should be making around $13.85. Up here, my last payment was $13.14, so December should be around $13.85, for an annual yield of around 13%. So yeah. So that's kind of the breakdown of all the different tabs across the bottom. Now, if you want to go into more of the social platform, if you click on your top left, your face, your icon of you, and view your profile, this is what everybody else on the social platform can see. I've been able to share. You can share whatever you want, but nobody can see how much you have. They can only see percentages. They can see what you're holding and your performance, and if they want to, they could compare against you. So the same stuff that we saw in the insights page, but here as well, you can actually view how many holdings you have, which I have 4. And then on at the very top middle here, you have 2 followers. So I can click on that and I can see the different people who are following me. And then I can see different people that I'm following. So I'll just be like, oh yeah, I'm interested in following that guy or whatever. And you can click on them and easily get to their accounts and see exactly what they're holding. And so if you want to see what their trades are, etc., then you can click on that and you can see, oh, this guy bought this and sold that, or everything's being bought for this gentleman. We'll go back to mine briefly. So for me, trades, I sold this one, which is a cash fund, and then I bought HHSU instead, right? So posts, things that I've posted, and then comments on other people's posts. So it's kind of cool. So if you guys want to download this app and then follow me, my tag is just at Vendetta right there. And I don't know if I'll change it or not. It's just the first thing I came up with. But you can see my profile picture and stuff. And then you can see whenever I make a trade, there'll be a little post or a little maybe there'll be a little notification inside the app saying that I made a trade or something like that, or I'll see that you've made a trade, or who knows, right, if I follow you back. So anyways, really cool app, and I hope that it's something that you might be able to find useful.